France corporate bosses are racing to build contacts with Marine Le Pen's far right after recalling from the radical tax and spending agenda of the rival left-wing alliance in the country's snap parliamentary elections. Four senior executives and bankers told the Financial Times that the left, which polls suggest is the strongest bloc vying with Le Pen, would be even worse for business than the Rassemblement National's unfunded tax cuts and anti-immigration policies. The RN's economy policies are more of blank slate that businesses think they can help push in the right direction. A CAC 40 corporate leader said of the Le Pen's party. So you see, in as much as some people are criticizing the plans of the far right in France, people in the business sector even find the plans of the far right to be more lucrative to them, that they can help to push in the right agenda. And do you know that the mention of this woman's name causes the leftists in France to have goosebumps? Yes, and now you can see that the space is shifting, because many corporate bodies, most of the people know that if care is not taken, the far right will equally fail woefully in these snap elections they are planning on the 30th of June and 7th of July. But it's only time will tell. But you can see that the pace is already shifting. People in the business sectors are already trying to make or build contact with the far right leader, which is Marine Le Pen, which is head of other groupings in the run-up to the two-round vote on June 30th and July 7th. The left is not likely to water down its hardline anti-capitalist agenda. So you see, the people in the business world are equally putting it that the left in France are having anti-capitalist agenda. Another major business leader and investor in France added, "If you have told me 2 weeks ago that the business world will be rooting for the RN means the far-right party, and counting President Emmanuel Macron out, I would not have believed it." So that is to say that this election they did on the 9th of June came as a surprise to many in the business world. Yes, and that is why you see that they are now adjusting themselves to the reality they are now being confronted with. Both spoken anonymously out of fear of commenting publicly on politics during lightning legislative election campaign triggered by Macron after his centrist alliance was crushed in European Parliament elections by RN. Le Pen's lieutenant, Jordan Bardella, who is expected to be the prime minister if the RN wins an outright majority, had already begun to woo business leaders in closed-door meetings in recent months, said investment bankers in Paris and executives. He also made appearances at industry conferences such as Paris Air Show. So you see, if the far right wins the majority in this election, so this lieutenant, Le Pen's lieutenant called Jordan Bardella, who has been trying to build contact with the people in the business sectors, going to industry conferences and all that, and having some closed-door meetings, is now projected to be the prime minister. So he's already watering the grounds and paving the way, because they can already see the light at the end of the tunnel. Jean-Le Pen Tangole, an RN MP who works on economic policy, said he had been getting calls from lobbyists, investors, and companies eager to understand the party's plans. So you see, lobbyists, investors, and companies are eager to understand the far-right party plans in France. That is to show you that the grounds are shifting. That is to show you that they are already sensing it, that the leftists are losing out in France, and that their chances of winning in these snap elections are very thin, and they don't want to take chances. We have told them that RN will hold the line on deficits and present a credible plan. He said the markets will be severe on us, so we really have no choice but to do so. Markets responded to political uncertainties by spending the blue chip CAC 40 index down more than 5% between the announcement of the elections just over a week ago and Monday's close. So that is the way it is. The far right is already winning, because it shows that the leftists are already panicking and the business sectors are now moving to the far right in France.